Well, first up this morning, former Miss America and CBS sportscaster Phyllis George. She's in town today for the Mid-America Seniors Expo at Mystic Lake Casino, and we are delighted to welcome Phyllis to the show this morning to tell us more. How are you?
Nice to see you.
It's nice to see you. You look so beautiful. You look fantastic.
Thank you. That makes me feel good. Thank you. I need to hear that today.
Now, you have a personal experience with Alzheimer's.
Yes.
Alzheimer's. Your mother just passed away.
Memorial Day.
Oh.
Mother was affected by Alzheimer's. She broke her hip and died of complications of a broken hip, congestive heart failure, but it made it harder to treat because she had Alzheimer's. But the sad thing is, and what I find is happening so much in America, is that we were in denial that she had Alzheimer's. We could have helped her early on. You know, we could see the memory loss and the repetition, and we, of things telling me 10 things in 2 minutes, and we could see that the daily tasks weren't being taken care of because she was always so clean and neat and well dressed. Graduated college at 18, a brilliant woman, and so we wrote it off to, oh, she's getting older. Daddy, we lost my father 4 or 5 years earlier, so we thought, well, maybe she's just depressed, you know. And the fact is, it was really something there was something we could do. The early Alzheimer's was obviously there. I didn't know it, in denial over it, and we could have put her on a drug called Aricept, and it could have given her some more independence to live by herself, to be with her dog Bogey, which is very important, pet therapy, and also just in general to be clearer in her thinking, because she must have been frightened too.
Oh, I would imagine so.
Because she was so smart, she could mask the symptoms to me, because I was a primary caretaker living in New York City, and she was in Denton, Texas, where I was born and raised, and so I'm flying back and forth, and she had me fooled for a while. And the Mystic Lake Casino, the Senior Expo this afternoon is very important, and I want to encourage, if I may, everybody to come out and see us. I want to talk to you, I want to hear your stories. Because I went through it, and it was painful. And 5 people, as I said in the studio here today, have come up to me and said, my grandfather, my father, my mother, my aunt, my
cousin.
Your
cousin.
cousin.
One of those 5. It's amazing, and it's such a.
It's everywhere. It's so.
You feel so helpless as well, because here's this person you recognize, but that spark that made them who they were is no longer there, and
it breaks your heart. It does break your heart, but there is something we can do, and we want to give them independence back. So if you can get your loved one in to get treat diagnosis, and get them on a drug.
Tell me about this drug. How long has it been available?
It's 6 years.
6 years.
And
wow.
I still have people say to me, "Well, what about? I've never heard of it." But if you get your loved one, like my mother, she was so stubborn she wouldn't go. I'd have to tell her it was a muscle relaxer or something. I mean, we were dealing with somebody with a whole different situation. Alzheimer's is the 4th leading cause of death in this country. Close to 6 million people have Alzheimer's. 1 in 10 will have it by the time they're 65. 1 in 4 by the time they're 85. This is so serious, and this is, by the way, the universal symbol, Brad, for Alzheimer's. You know, much like in AIDS, everyone wore the ribbon.
Right.
Well, we want everyone to come out today and get one of these pins. It's the home, the family, and the community working together to give the Alzheimer's patients, to rally them and give them independence with grace and dignity.
Well, tell me about the Declaration for Independence campaign.
It's a wonderful campaign. We're doing a nationwide tour. We have this big, huge banner. I heard 1,000 people have already signed it at the Senior Expo. And it just gives you the information that you need to know. Early diagnosis, and it goes into some detail. Staying on treatment, and then working and staying involved in the community. And it sort of gives you a sense of relief. It empowers the Alzheimer's patient as well as the caretaker. Now, I was a caretaker. Sometimes confused, frustrated, and I mentioned in denial, but there are a lot of caretakers out there who are living with this disease with their loved ones on a daily basis and are having to take care of them, and we want to give them support as well. So we all want to work together. So you'll get the pin, you'll get your own card, your own Declaration for Independence, and then you'll sign the banner. I'll sign some pictures, and we can talk about, your stories. I'm part of the baby boom generation. So a lot of our parents are going to be going through this because people are living longer.
Of course.
And until we get the vaccine, let's look into this drug Aricept and see if we can give them a few years of lucidity.
And it is such a difficult life for the caretaker. I mean, so many emotions and some guilt too, I would imagine.
There are all kinds of emotions, and I
Right.
experienced them all.
Yeah.
And this is, it was hard for me to talk about it since it was just Memorial Day, but please, I encourage everyone to come out and learn more about it. You'll be so much happier
Right.
if you have information.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you got it.
Hey, not to change the subject, but what do you have going on? I've been following your career my whole life. I loved you in Meet the Parents. Any more roles coming up?
Well, the sequel to Meet the Parents is Meet the Fockers.
Yes.
Excuse me, everyone. That is the name, Fokkers. But we don't know if we're going to be in it. I've heard through the grapevine, we may be in a cameo role because we're the other set of parents. We're going to
Right.
meet Ben Stiller's parents in this. So I've got a couple of television projects in development. My book, Never Say Never, is going to paperback October 1st.
Great.
And it's about never giving up the book. The book is perfect for people to read. It's about overcoming adversity and believing you can instead of I can't. So it sort of ties in with my campaign for the Declaration for Independence. Just always busy. I have a skincare line called Southern Secrets.
You make me feel like
So
a
you
slug
can-
here. Hey, Phyllis,
I'm
thank you so
project,
much.
baby. I like projects. Main thing today
It's a
is
pleasure to meet you.
Alzheimer's.
Absolutely, and thank you for all the good work you're doing
Thank
there.
you for letting me come by and talk about it.
And many continued successes coming your way, I hope.
Thank you.
Well, you can see Phyllis George later today at the Mid-America Seniors Expo at Mystic Lake Casino. For more information about the expo, call 612-798-7156. And now we're going to toss it over to Roxanne and see what else is coming up.